Today on Tech Tip Tuesday, we're going to be talking about online scams, specifically a tech support scam that's used to trick you into allowing an attacker into your computer and then paying for their so-called help. This scam can be delivered in one of two ways. The first, which is the less common, is that you're going to get a cold call from someone claiming to be either from Microsoft or Apple, and they're going to say there's a problem with your computer. They're going to ask you to allow them to remote in and take a look at a few things, or they're going to show you a few errors, they're going to show you some warnings, they're going to show how it's infected, and then they're going to ask you to pay money for them to fix it. They may also ask who your IT person is or who your computer guy is and inform you that they are unable to repair it themselves and that only Microsoft or Apple is able to fix this problem. The second way, and probably the most popular from what I've experienced, is through advertising. Now, the advertising could be from simply a low quality site or someone that's really cheaping out on what they're allowing to come through their site, or from a site that simply doesn't screen those that they advertise very well, and so some of these attackers are able to buy legitimate advertising space, but use it in such a way that it's malicious. These screens might look like this, or this, or this one, or this one, or even like this. Now, I will keep these screenshots for your reference below the video. Keep in mind though, these are only samples. Someone could make an ad that looks very different, but each of them are going to have a couple elements that you can look out for. The first is a sense of urgency. Are they trying to get you to make a decision fast? They might say that you're going to lose your data or your identity is going to be stolen, something very extreme. And they're going to play it up because they want you to make a decision before you can really think about what's going on. Next, they're going to try and build a sense of trust and establishing who they are. They might say, I'm from Microsoft. They might even tell you what state they're in. If you're not expecting a call, if you have not requested technical support from a company like this, they're not going to cold call you out of the blue. They are not equipped to monitor every single system. So the best thing you can do to protect yourself is to hang up the phone and then brace for impact, because they're probably going to try to call back. Especially if you've allowed them onto your system, they're going to be very persistent in telling you that there's a problem and only they can fix it. Going back to the trust thing. Within any IT or computer service industry, trust is one of the core principles that relationship is going to be based on. If you're using an IT service provider or trusting someone to repair your PC, it's probably because you can't do it yourself. And there's a good chance that they're going to give you recommendations you may not understand. And so the best thing you can do is put your trust in them and assume they're giving you the correct recommendation. But if you don't trust them or you have reason to believe that they might not be trustworthy, I encourage you to find someone who does. Go get a few references from a friend or someone who's had good work done for them in the past, and then give that provider a try. But don't just arbitrarily trust someone, especially if their number just appeared on your screen or if they cold called you. If you do let them on your computer, please call your IT provider or your computer guy and let him take a look at it. I realize this is going to cost you a little bit of money to have it evaluated, but it's going to be much better to catch any problem now rather than wait. If an attacker was given access to your system, who knows what kind of software they could have put on it, and they could get access to it at any time after that. So get it checked out. If you went as far as paying them to fix your PC, there's a few things I would encourage you to do. First, if it was with a credit card, get with your credit card issuer and let them know what happened. They may or may not be able to stop the charge, but at least they can watch your account for any other kind of fraudulent activity. If you've given them a credit card number with the expiration date and all the info for billing, there's nothing really stopping them from using that information for their own purchases. Maybe they just go as far as charging you the fee they said, maybe they take it further, but you're going to want to check with your credit card company and see what they can do. If you use the debit card or checking account or something like that, let your bank know as well. The tech support scams are likely to get worse. It's a way of getting you to overreact to something that's not a problem, but because it's playing on human psychology, it breaks through any kind of barrier that any company could set up. So whether you're using a PC with Microsoft Windows or you're using OS X with Apple on your Mac, there's really nothing from a technology standpoint that can be done to stop this type of attack. We would call this social engineering, where they're using principles related to human beings in order to execute the attack. So just because you use a certain brand of computer with a certain operating system, don't think that you're exempt. Keep an eye out and choose who you trust.